Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and we're going to work on an Okuma bait feeder today. This is the ABF Automatic Bait Feeder 65. And this one was sent in by Doug because, well, it's got a broken bail. And I guess no matter how much you try to put this in, it's not going to hold because this snapped at a point where there's a retaining clip to that. So we're going to show you how to replace the bail and give you a little bit of information on Okuma. Before we start, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you do subscribe to my channel, please use that notification button. That'll make you aware of when I'm posting videos, and you can make a decision as to whether you want to watch those videos. I work on all kinds. Today it's a large saltwater bait feeding fishing reel with an issue. Tomorrow it may be a vintage bait caster like this Fluger, or it may be a modern low-profile bait caster, and so on. Well, on this reel, there's a bail issue, of course, and the first thing you need to do is find out where can you get the replacement parts for the reel. And a lot of people think there's some kind of secret society out there or something where only people who repair fishing reels know about it. Now, maybe because we did research, but they're generally available online. And Okuma does a very nice job of having an online system where you can go and order the parts. So if you just do an internet search for Okuma parts online or online system, I'm not exactly sure what it is, it'll take you there. You're going to need a couple of pieces of information to do that. One of them is what the model number is. So in this case, it's an Avenger ABF 65, and I think all you have to do is put in the ABF 65. Interestingly enough, the next thing that it asks you for is the code, and the code is going to be stamped on the reel. In this case, it's 3130, sort of like a lot code, and that'll bring up the schematic, and then you'll be able to go through that schematic to find out what pieces and parts you need. In this case, we needed the bail wire, and simply putting that into your shopping cart, and I think you can even check out with PayPal, and it's on its way, and eventually the piece will be delivered to you. So I encourage you, if you have an Okuma that needs a piece or a part, just go online, find their online ordering system, take those steps, and you should be able to get the replacement part if it's available. Okay, we're going to remove the old bail. In order to do that, there's just a single spring here, but there are pieces on the other side. So make sure that you're aware of what pieces and what order they are. Just don't haphazardly take that screw out and just bring things around. You're going to find out that the first piece that dropped off here is a little shim washer and bearing hold. It's going to go like that in the piece. Next up is going to be a collar with a bearing in it. And then we have the back end of the bail wire. So this is what needed to be replaced. And as I mentioned, I went online to Okuma's system. It was very easy to use. And you get the replacement wire. So this is your replacement wire, and you can see what happened to this one. If you line these up, you're missing, well, a pretty good portion of that wire. So I'm not quite sure why that was, what snapped off with this, but it did snap off. Well, Doug asked me to service the entire reel. For this video, we're only going to deal with that bail wire, but I do have videos out there in my library that will show you how to do the rest. When you take the bail, then you're going to notice that you kind of have an oddball entry point there. It's not a completely round one, and what you want to do is insert the bail, and you're going to see we have a little bit of a stamped end right there. And you need to put that in to that bail arm. Usually it's going to go in halfway the wrong way, usually. Then rotate that. And before you do anything, pull out to make sure that it's got a tight hold and doesn't pull out. In this case, we've got that. And then you can align the bail on this side and install the rest. Well, we have that carrier. As we noted, it has a ball bearing in it. Let's go ahead and oil that line roller bearing then. And we can place that onto our bail wire. We can put the shim back on. Line that up with the hole. And the beauty of these bails is, well, they come bent the way they should be. A lot of times you're going to find that some of the bail wires that you get on eBay or the like may have been off of a used reel. And well, if it's off of a used reel, sometimes it got bent. So this is the proper orientation of the bail wire. Then you have it set into the arm. It's not coming out now. And notice that there is a sweep here, and that the sweep aims up to guide the line to that line roller and the like. Let's give it a test, see how we did. Well, there you go. So Doug, project 1 is done. We've kind of solved that. So I want to encourage you, if you have questions like this, like they used to say with handymen, no job too small, don't be afraid to ask the question, because sometimes what seems simple to some is not simple to others. I just noticed that, well, I got the other half piece of that bail. So that's a very unusual point to break. Don't know how that snapped off, but it did. Maybe Doug can fill me in on the details, but you see that there's quite a bit of difference in that bail wire there. Well, now this one's ready to get serviced the rest of the way. And again, I've done that in another video, so I'm going to encourage you to go view that video if you want to see how the Okuma bait feeder reel is done. If you have a question on this reel or any reel, just leave it in the comments section. And it might be that I can do a video to give you some guidance, or maybe we can deal with that in words and phrases, if you will. And if I know the answer, I'll be happy to try and help you with it like I did here. If I don't know the answer to it, well, I'll try and point you in the right direction. So I hope you've enjoyed that little bit of how to install a bail wire on it. And, well, I wish everybody a great day. I wish you the best in fishing. And I hope you get out there and have the opportunity to use the reels you're servicing. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.